Welcome back to the Popcast. We're coming to you straight from the underground secret bunker deep beneath Soda Pops in Sandusky, Ohio. We got a special guest star tonight with us. Old friend Brian Runkle. He is a drummer of probably the best drummer.
Oh, stop.
One of the top drummers.
No.
One of the top drummers. He's being
of all time.
No, my God, no.
one of the top drummers in the area. He's being modest. For a side hustle, he works for the family business at Gilbert Heating and Air Conditioning,
Right.
HVAC, but known around the area as a drummer mainly for Rumors. Very popular.
Correct.
Fleetwood Mac tribute band, right?
Correct.
That's your biggest gig, right?
Yep.
You guys are...
28th year.
No way.
We started in 97.
How old are you?
How old do you think I am?
I don't know.
54.
28 sounds like a long time.
I'm 54.
So you've been doing it since...
97.
Which would be, how old were you at that time?
Oh, God. 71, 97, 26.
26.
26 when we
Gosh.
started, yeah.
Wow.
All the same people?
No, the only original member besides myself would be Lance Horwittle. He's a guitar player who plays our Lindsey Buckingham. And all the other members have still been with us for years, but we're the
They
only
kind
two
of go
originals.
in and out.
Oh, no, they're all permanent members.
But I mean, you've had people come in and out. a
Oh,
little
through the
bit.
years, yeah.
Yeah, over
Yeah,
the years.
yeah.
Huh,
But
interesting. But yeah, you guys do some big gigs. I know it's one of the most popular ones for the Party on the Pier.
Yep.
I know people, when they see Rumors at Party on the Pier, downtown Sandusky, they get psyched up for that.
Yeah, it's a fun show. Get good crowds there.
Is the drummer, does it go lead singer, guitarist, drummer? Is the pecking order for fans?
Lead
and
singer always gets.
groupies?
Oh, yeah, lead singer always gets all the attention. That goes without saying. Then probably guitar players. I always think drummers they're the lowest. They're
the lowest rung.
We're way back in the stage, you know. Yeah, we're the lowest rung.
It's tough. Tough business. Maybe
Right.
next time around you'll be the singer. Can
Maybe,
you
man.
sing?
I can.
Do you sing backup vocals at times?
Not with Rumors. Other projects that I've been in, I do. And I'll sing a lead to give somebody a break, but I don't necessarily look forward to singing. It's kind of out of necessity, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Has there ever been such a thing as a drummer and a singer? Well,
Yeah, man.
Phil Collins.
Phil Collins.
Yeah.
His name is escaping me, but Night Ranger,
Oh yeah, that guy.
that guy.
But it's not common, obviously.
No, Don Henley from the Eagles.
Oh yeah.
He was the drummer in the Eagles.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So
You know who
also.
they are, right?
Phil Collins, yeah.
Also, so on the Popcast, you know, this whole thing is loosely based on a true story about a candy store in downtown Sandusky.
Loosely based.
Loosely based.
Loosely based.
You know, we take some liberties. So I am obligated to ask you, what's your favorite candy of all time?
Oh,
We ask all our guests.
I wasn't prepared for that, but I'll tell you what I've always enjoyed. Razzles.
Oh man, Razzles.
It's like
Classic.
a gum,
it's a
but
hard-
it's a hard candy. You chew it, it becomes powder, and then becomes gum.
Yep.
I like Razzles.
We got Razzles down there at the shop.
Those are good.
Should have brought you some in if I'd have known that.
You know what those are?
They lose their flavor quick.
Yeah,
they
that's
do.
true.
They
That's
do.
true. That's true.
I think it was in the movie 30 going on 13, because that's what when I hear when kids now come in, they, oh, that's from that movie. Well, it's not really from that movie.
Right.
It's kind of funny. So anyway, all right, let's get on with this. This is going to be the episode. We will do our pop culture rundown, but this episode is about our top 5 favorite horror films. And I got to tell you, I don't know why it keeps popping up in my feed. It keeps popping up in my feed because we're talking right now and my phone is in the room, and you know they're spying on you, so they're populating your feed by what you're saying. This is a perfect example of that. The Tiffin Drive-In Theater. I got to shout out to these guys because if you ask me, they're killing it. I hope they're doing well. Last week they had some classic films. They did Tron, and then they had Goonies and Ghostbusters as a double feature.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. This week coming up, they got a horror marathon. Dracula, the old one, an old one. There was obviously so
Bela
many.
Lugosi.
I think so. The Fog. Remember that? John Carpenter. I know
awesome.
I think he's going to be in your list somewhere. I know that. House on Haunted Hill. Phantasm.
Phantasm.
Another
man,
classic.
That's a classic.
Yeah, and Castle of Blood. So it's like a 5-movie Dusk Till Dawn they're calling. That is awesome. I hope the State Theater downtown
Oh, that'd be nice.
gets their act together and does something like this, because there's also another one popped up, the Avalon Theater. Shout out to these guys. They're kind of doing the same thing. They're in Marysville, Ohio, and it's like a state theater. It's the old theater in town. They're doing Vertigo, Frankenweenie, which was like a precursor to Nightmare Before Christmas, which they're then showing, and then Abbott and Costello double feature, Abbott Costello and the Mummy, Abbott and Costello and Frankenstein.
Me Frankenstein.
Yeah.
That's
So
that's classic.
I hope the State Theater gets to the point where they're doing this kind of thing, at least on occasion. So shout out to those guys.
Yeah.
What do you got for us there, Mr. Comic Boy?
Well, long time viewer, first time ever. What was he? He was our first guest star.
Brian's first
Staley.
guest star in this season of the show.
He said, "Why didn't you guys talk about this? We didn't have an episode this week, unfortunately. But it was Deadpool, Batman. Here's the cover we own.
Oh,
It's,
no. He said Wolverine Batman.
That is a added story in the back.
Isn't that Wolverine's claws?
This is the Batarang. It's that
I
homage
see.
variant
I got
to
That Wolverine cover.
the Wolverine
Hulk.
with the Hawk. This is the one I got. They had literally 50 covers of this, variant covers, because there's the main story is Deadpool and Batman. Then in the back they do a bunch of other crossovers, little crossovers. Captain America and Wonder Woman, Green Arrow and Daredevil, and another one by Frank Miller, Batman and Wolverine, which I think is what he was referring to. But it's in this comic, and there is a
Gotcha.
variant cover of Batman and Wolverine.
Do you
But-
read any comics anymore? Like on a regular basis?
Not really.
Yeah.
But that's for our longtime friend Brian Staley, right there.
Longtime friend Brian Staley. Also shout out to Tron Head.
Oh man, we got one.
Yeah, we got one. We got a live one. Todd Kramer did not like our review.
Oh,
of
Todd
Tron.
Kramer. What was he at? What did he have to say?
He said it was great. He loved it.
Come on, man.
You
These Tron
you remember
heads.
Tron,
Oh, sure.
Obviously, we
I haven't seen
probably
the
saw
sequel.
that. We probably saw
Saw
that
it at the
together.
theater, yeah.
But he Tron Head. He's a Tron Head. He
Yeah,
loved
they,
it.
they hold on to it because it's all they have, which I feel sorry for them.
No, don't start denigrating one of our only subscribers. If
I'm
he
gonna
takes
denigrate
away his
him.
subscription, we're going to be down.
I'm not going to take away from them. I'm just saying I can understand why a Tron head would appreciate that film more than us too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It is what they like.
Well, yeah,
The light cars or whatever. The Tron heads. And they'll die with that fandom, and I respect that.
All right.
I respect that a lot.
So he liked it. What's that?
I was just saying, I spent a lot of quarters on the Tron video
Oh,
game.
yeah.
And that was in the arcade.
Because it got so hard so fast.
Yeah.
In fact, the light cycles was the best
That
one.
was the coolest.
And
the
then
tanks.
The tanks, that was sweet.
Then you were going in that dome, you had to like shoot up.
Shoot, all those spiders
So you
came
get
out.
Yep.
And then was there one more? That was 3.
Where
Seems
was
like
all
there's
this in the
one more.
movie? You talking about spiders and
Oh, no.
tanks?
This
and...
one, yeah.
That Tron video game was sweet because it was
Yeah.
like 3 different video games in one. But once you got past the first level, it got really hard. So they didn't want you playing very long on a quarter.
No.
It seemed like there was one more.
Was it maybe the discs?
Had to be, but I don't remember how you played it.
I can't remember either.
That would be a sweet game though, right?
There was Tron Deadly Discs.
Oh yeah, Deadly Discs. And
Yeah,
then
well,
Tim Schnurr
yeah.
also we requested to give the top trilogies. Obviously, the top trilogy of all time. You would know the answer to this question, Mr. Runkle.
I would like to think it's this
Yeah,
right here.
I would think anybody
think.
of a certain age is going to throw that out there. That was his, so we can't argue with that. Then he had I think Back to the Future, and then maybe Lord of the Rings, and then something else. So good trilogy list.
A lot of good ones.
So then you brought some comics too.
I did. Mine would be the Marvel 1982 Classic Contest of Champions.
That is that is a classic right
It was
there.
just a 3-issue story,
legit covers,
legit covers.
showing some sweet people.
Yeah, man.
Arabian Night, Shamrock. That was the first time
And
we
you
had
named
seen
the
some of
two in the comic. Ultimately, there's a character named the Grandmaster.
Yeah.
And an entity known as the Unknown. And they're playing a game, and the bet is they get all the superheroes of the Earth together,
Make
and then they
teams.
each pick their teams. And if the Grandmaster wins, the unknown is going to resurrect the Grandmaster's brother, who is the collector.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I did not know that.
If
I don't remember
the
that.
unknown entity wins, then he gets to claim the life of the Grandmaster. So they pick their teams and...
How does it end? I don't remember.
Do I give it away?
Yeah, I mean, if somebody hasn't read it by
old
now,
enough,
it's from 1982.
So ultimately, the Grandmaster wins, but then finds out to bring his brother back to life, he has to sacrifice his own. Which he does.
Oh, what a guy.
Because he's forced to play by the rules of the game.
Cool.
Right here, you see that?
So yeah, so then...
That's original Captain Britain, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out
So
to
it's
that.
funny you said Shamrock and Arabian Night, because the course of the game is they have to find these like golden pie pieces, and there's 4 of them.
Yeah.
And in one of the battles, Arabian Night gets one, and in a different battle, Shamrock gets
Yeah.
one.
They're just trying to give some lame characters a little.
Oh, and every
5 minutes of fame.
every country is represented.
Oh yeah, I remember that too. Yeah,
Yeah.
which is why you had Captain Britain in
Yeah,
there.
and I thought that was just a really super cool
Yeah,
cover
it's a good cover.
with all the characters on it.
And then I got one here because you know I like the horror comics, The Tomb of Darkness. Yeah, this is a 25 center, 8 January, way back. Tomb of Darkness. I just always loved them horror comics.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of times the stories were pretty stupid, but every once in a while there's a good one. But I always like the cover art. I like the lettering, the whole thing. And it's Halloween, so there you go.
There you go.
All right, so let's without further ado. So this is our favorite. You want to explain that like you did last time?
Our personal favorites.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, you could make an argument that these are not perfect films. That's not what we're going on here. You know, these are going what we like, what we thought was good or scary in this case.
Or something. But also, what exactly...
Oh, that's what you're asking. Okay, yeah, let's qualify this right now.
That's true too. I mean, that's what I was looking for. But also, what is a horror movie? Like back in our day, like when we were 5 or 6 or 7, horror movie was Universal Monsters. But then I think those became monster movies. Not necessarily horror. You know what I mean? I think they were horror for a long time. But I don't think anybody would mistake that for horror these days.
I think, I don't know what the exact definition of horror is, but I think of watching something that leaves me in a state of shock. I'm horrified. I'm scared. You know what I mean? And so it doesn't necessarily have to be a monster.
Definitely
Sad.
not. That's why I mean I don't think those qualify as horror anymore. I don't think anybody watches Creature from the Black Lagoon and is horrified at this point.
No. But
I think at a time that was horror.
sure, it's new to everybody. You're scared of a creature, you know.
Horrible special effects in a rubber
Yes.
suit creature.
But they were great for that time period when
Yes.
they were made.
Yes.
And they actually brought that up in when they adapted It for Stephen King. They switched what the kids were afraid of because it wasn't in the 50s anymore.
It wasn't timely.
It was in the 80s. So they're like, the Creature from the Black Lagoon is in that book, scaring one of the kids. But they were like, now in the 80s, the kids wouldn't be scared of the Creature from the Black Lagoon. We got to switch it to zombies, I think is what they replaced him with. So just
Makes
to
sense.
expand and put to example your point of how it changes over time and over periods of sometimes it's just not scary anymore.
Yeah. So, and then you also have, when I was a little kid, you're in the same era, obviously, so let's see if this is true. Willy Wonka, the Oompa Loompas, scared me. That was a horror movie to me when it came out. I was scared to death. And Willy Wonka was a weirdo in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Gene Wilder as Willy Wonka, he was scary.
Different. I can't say I was scared of them.
When they went in that tunnel with
but
the
they're
boat,
weird looking.
I was scared of them. And then
What makes them so weird?
they're orange with green hair.
You guys have dwarfophobia, I think.
Probably, but also every time a kid gets killed, they come jumping
come in
around and singing a
dispatch,
song. Man, I don't know. That's a messed up jump.
That's a good take.
That scared me. Those guys scared me. And
Willy
also
Wonka.
the flying monkeys on Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, that was weird.
They scared me.
Sure.
You know what scared me?
What?
When I was a wee boy,
A wee
a
lad.
little boy, I picked up the Planet of the Apes, original 1960 whatever Planet of the Apes, put it in the DVD player, expecting something something special, you know?
Oh, it was special.
It was special. And this was before, you know, he had brain rot and everything. So I could sit through the beginning of Planet of the Apes.
Which is a little
It's a little
slow
and long, you know, they're walking around, whatever. What I couldn't sit through was when the gorilla soldiers come up for the first time and they're screaming and hunting the humans. You ever seen this movie?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. It scared me as a kid. Turn it off. Couldn't handle it. That scene scared me. I didn't watch a Planet of the Apes movie until way recently. Like within the past 2 years, because I was like, dude, that was horrifying.
It is.
Seeing those gorillas,
Sure.
and they're screaming and making those noises, and the humans are just getting hunted down. And then they look real. That still holds up to this day. I
Oh,
believe.
to this day.
That Planet of the Apes
special effects makeup.
that they had on there.
Unbelievable.
It's just uneasy.
But that is when they were rounding up the humans the first time you see the apes and they come. First of all, you don't see them; you see their spears.
Yeah, and
so
they
it's
come
almost like
riding on
Jaws
horses.
because it's like, what is this? What's happening? Especially as a little kid, you didn't know what to expect.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a little more lighthearted. You know, a little bit more fun on here. Planet of the Apes.
Oh, a bunch of monkeys. But
Not
that
at
is
all.
filmed like it is filmed like in a herky jerky kind of crazy
Yeah,
fashion.
and like
but
I said, the
also-
noises too. They're like
Yeah.
chirping at you and whatnot.
they're rounding up human beings.
Yeah,
And
that
it's
was
rough.
that was the uneasy
And it's
part.
rough. I mean, they're nail them in nets and stuff.
Watching
And
anything
they give 'em
like
that-
a kid.
Yeah,
As a kid.
you just never know.
That's just
You said Jaws. How many people didn't want to step foot in the water after watching that movie?
I did.
Not me.
No, for to this day.
No.
I go in the ocean. It's like, all right, I just gotta man up and act like I don't care.
Right, no.
But I'm looking around.
Not me. Nope, not me.
Yeah. All right. So there you go. All right. Who wants to go first? We're starting at number 5, right?
All right.
I just want to throw out. Well, let's throw out.
Yeah, I was going to throw out an honorable mention.
I got a bunch of honorable mentions
do I.
actually.
This one-
that I don't think will be on people's lists.
Oh, I don't think this will be on there either. But I just want to give a special shout out to this type of movie. There's one other one that I'll mention. It's a Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors, where they completely just go off the charts with the genre. It's not just Freddy Krueger's killing teenagers in their sleep anymore. It's the girl from the first one is now like a psychiatrist at this insanity ward for the young, and they all start dreaming of Freddy Krueger, but then they start entering each other's dreams, and they slowly put together that they can dream hop into each other's dreams, and they get powers in the dreams, and they fight Freddy Krueger at the end. And I just want to say, there's something. There's a sequel for you. It just is, you know what? Why are we doing the same thing again? That all these slasher movies fell into of, we'll just do the same, just kill
Yeah,
more
that's
teenagers.
true.
At least they were like, let's try something different here.
Let's go off the rails a little bit
And I'm glad they got there at 3, you know?
instead of 8.
Friday the 13th did this, I think at 6, or maybe it was 8. And they finally were like, okay, we gotta do something new. And they did, essentially, Jason versus Carrie, the Stephen King character Carrie, the telekinesis girl. He ended up fighting her, and it was like, there's something different in there. There's something unique and special about those ones. So I'm just throwing those out there.
Yeah, I think the 80s was a golden age for that type
That's
of
when all the
horror
good
film.
ones came out.
There was a ton of good ones. Like I said, Phantasm, Fright Night. Although Fright Night does not hold up, we watched it. I thought it was going to be way better, and I was watching. I was like,
yeah,
man, what am I making this kid sit through? It's great premise though. Roddy McDowell, remember that one?
I liked him.
Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th,
See
all
that?
those
Yep.
Hellraiser.
Yeah. Not my
those-
top 5, but classics.
Yeah, The Fly, Prince of Darkness, another John
John
Carpenter. Do you remember that at the end of Prince of Darkness there was like
The Mirror.
there was a mirror that was like but then there was that like transmission that was like shh.
Oh yeah, we are coming to you from the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It made it like I was like, oh, I can't wait to see what's this going. And I'm still waiting for it to this
Right,
day.
that was it. That's how it ended.
I always loved that.
And that's a movie that
Then
could
you
use
had
to
the
see.
whole that was the first zombie wave, maybe the second zombie wave, I don't know, way before it is now. You know, Return of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, all those George Romero ones, great movies. I found this to be more difficult than picking my 5 favorite films.
Yeah, because they're none of... I mean, maybe they are some of your favorites, but you know what I mean? Your 5 favorites, you just have those.
Yeah.
You can just pull those out of your back pocket. You know what they are. But then you get to horror and you're like...
Oh, what about
well,
this one?
Yeah,
What about
now
this
it's a
one?
little... It almost feels like a little more nitpicky.
Yeah. So, yeah, a lot of great movies. Did you? I've always felt like you were more of a horror person.
I
That's
love
why I
horror
wanted.
movies,
Yeah. Did you know off the top of your head what your top couple were?
Sure.
See, I did not. I was like, all right, I got to make sure I don't skip something.
And I understand mine might not be anybody else's favorite. They're
I have
my
a feeling my
personal
list
favorites,
is not
but
going to go over well with
I
you.
think I feel bad because I shouldn't say feel bad, but I feel like my list, I think a lot of people will agree with that they're good horror movies.
We'll have to see.
So I want to give my little side, not in my top 5, but a shout out. I always thought the Blair Witch Project was really cool. You ever see that?
I did.
I liked the way it was filmed.
Obviously.
Like you know, it was unique.
At the time.
At the time. I'm sure a lower budget movie that still had me on edge, uneasy. Thought it was a cool movie.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Once again, sequels, I'm not going to get into that.
Right.
But
Tough one.
yeah.
Horror sequels, there haven't been too many good horror sequels. I would say that.
Yeah. You can't.
I mean,
Can't
it's just like you
recapture
said,
it.
it's just...
I think Friday the 13th 2 was good because the first one was his mom the whole time.
Yeah.
And then the second one was, look, it's Jason now. Which I didn't know as a kid. You know, me, Andrew Fulman, B Nasty, we...
Shout out to
Shout
that
out to those
crew.
guys. It was Friday the 13th, we got the movies, and we thought it was going to be Jason in the first one. We were like,
Yeah.
oh, it's his mom? What is going on here?
What happened?
What a disappointment.
What happened at the end of that first original one? Do you recall?
He comes splashing out of the lake.
Oh,
doesn't he?
yeah.
You want to tell that story?
Yeah. We were watching it. It had to have been on TV or
It was on
VCR,
HBO.
Oh, you're right.
Because
HBO.
this guy
Oh.
was the rich kid in the neighborhood. So they had HBO, they had Showtime, they had the original VHS that was like this box like this. Yep, and the thing came out the top. So yeah, but we would go. I would be jonesing to go over and watch HBO because we obviously did not have HBO and Showtime.
Friday the 13th is on.
Friday the 13th is on.
And our couch was positioned with the TV, in front of us. And
I'm in a chair though, by myself.
oh, you're right. You are
In
that
the
chair.
corner by myself.
Did
I remember clear as day. Your dad.
Yeah.
was
So
your dad.
right at
Tom
the end
Runkle,
on that
shout out
scene,
to him.
when she's floating in that kayak or canoe, and all of a sudden that decomposing body comes up and puts his arm over her. My dad grabbed you.
Oh yeah, he got
This
me.
dude flew off.
I was like,
ah! It was crazy.
He got me good.
Blood curdling scream down to the floor.
It's true. He got me good.
Yeah, that is a good memory. So with the original Friday the 13th, it was his mom, but you saw Jason, right? The hockey mask and everything.
No,
You didn't see the hockey mask. It was just his mom the whole time.
You never saw the hockey
So
mask?
it
No.
wasn't until Friday the 13th Part 2 that the hockey mask was
That the hockey
introduced?
mask was introduced and Jason was the guy. Because he was just a kid in that one, like you guys just mentioned. He just in it that last second at the end. The legend is that Jason
So when
Voorhees
they-
is going around killing people.
But in the scenes where somebody was getting murdered,
It was.
what did you see?
You didn't. I don't think you saw anything. I think it might have been a sack over her head, like an old.
Maybe.
But I don't. It was not the. It was not the hockey mask, and I don't think it was
Now,
ever
see-
a machete. There's the famous Kevin Bacon kill
yeah.
where the arrow goes up through him. So I don't think it was ever the machete
Until part 2.
until part 2 when Jason.
So maybe.
And it might not even been the hockey mask in part. It might have been the sack because I remember he has one eye. The sack.
No,
is
I
down one
think
eye.
I might vaguely remember the hockey mask. Or maybe. I don't know what episode it might have been in, but I can vaguely remember how that got in there somehow. But so maybe that is a better sequel because that really establishes the character.
That's what's synonymous with Friday the 13th is Jason Voorhees, the
With the
hockey
hockey
mask and big.
And that's what we were
character.
expecting. Could you imagine to our disappointment? 3 young bucks expecting Jason Voorhees and it's just his mom the whole time.
Yeah, but you had to. But
I actually met the guy. I think the original guy who played Jason Voorhees, Kane Otter.
Kane Otter, yes.
I met him at a convention one time. Cool dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. Nothing.
That's it.
That's
the
it.
story.
No story behind it.
But when you guys watch that, that is one of the surprises, a pristine surprise of cinema that you would not get to
you
experience.
never really know. Yeah.
Actually, it was made better because you thought it was going to be him, and you're like,
Yeah.
wait, what?
Yeah.
Because you don't get that much these days. Because we talk a lot on this show about how the trailers just spoil everything, so you don't get that kind of surprise ever.
They always show the best
They
clips.
show the best clips and they summarize the story.
Right.
Drives me nuts.
Right?
Yeah. All right, my number 5. We'll start at the top.
All right, sure.
I don't know how my list is going to play out. I feel like it's going to be critiqued. But like you say, these are my 5.
I want to mention The Substance.
Oh, we
we
gotta
talk
mention-
about this movie. We talk about this movie a lot. Have you ever seen it?
I
The
think so.
Substance. A recent.
Oh no,
Demi Moore.
no! I have not
Dude,
seen the substance.
You got to
no.
see the substance.
Oh.
You got to go home, make it a point to watch it.
All right.
Yeah. I don't know.
I've heard
why.
it was good.
It's whack.
It's completely over the top.
Well, we said it feels like 2 movies. It's like a weird, suspenseful body horror. Good.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden at the end, they just, all right, we're tired of this.
You would have never expected though. We were in the theater. We were like, "What is going?" We looked at each other. What is going on?
What is going on?
What's happening?
They totally go to, all right, we got this rubber monster suit from the 70s. We're just going to break out of mothballs, throw it on the stage. And then they basically...
No, don't spoil it. Don't spoil it.
I was gonna say don't spoil it for you.
All right.
But yeah, the first
Next time-
everything up there is great. I mean, it really is. Everything up to it when it breaks into a separate movie, it is like horror. It is like, ooh, this is gross. I guess it's not horror. It's gross.
I think it's horror.
Body horror. Is,
Yeah.
It
Once
gets
again,
under your skin.
you're
a little
mortified.
Yes, we're like,
it's
oh, man, what
horror,
is
shock.
bit. Yeah.
But then, along those same lines, Late Night with the Devil.
Yeah, that was a disturbing one. I've mentioned this multiple times here. There's that scene at the end where they just are like completely saying, this guy's in a cult. And it's like, it's real. It is real. It's Bohemian Grove. He was there. And that's like, it was very disturbing. There's a guy in a giant owl costume. I don't know, it was weird. He like sold his soul. He sold his wife's soul for his success and everything.
But that's another one where there's a creepy build-up, and then the last 10 minutes they just go,
Yeah, it is.
Screw
all
it.
out there, yeah.
we're gonna
Yeah.
people get killed instantly in wild ways. That's a good movie though, and that's kind of the way modern horror seems to be lately. Even that one we just saw, The Weapons, which I can't believe it's getting traction that it does. It's sort of that same, we're going to build up, creepy, try to be. I don't think this one succeeds at it as well as those other two. And then all of a sudden it's just a wild ending that is not congruent with the rest of the style of the film.
Yeah.
The kids running through the thing, it looks like a Monty Python skit.
Yeah.
You have not seen that?
I have not seen that
Don't
one
bother
either.
with what.
Yeah.
Don't bother
Watch
with
The
what.
Substance first.
Do watch The Substance. If you're out there in TV land, watch The Substance. If nothing else, Margaret Qualley and Demi Moore. Just letting it all hang out. Let's just say that.
Yeah, that was crazy too. At one point it was like, okay, we get it.
Yeah,
You
I know.
what I'm saying?
I was like, all right, yeah.
What's going on?
Enough's enough.
Throw a towel on or
Don't need to be walking around naked all the time. This is a good movie, though. All right, so my number 5 is The Omen from 1976. This movie creeped me out. So 1976, probably by the time it was on TV, because I know I didn't see it in theaters, probably 1978. That's how long it took back in those days. So I would have been 9. And I saw that movie, and it has stayed with me to this day because it's creepy. It's about a kid that's the Antichrist. Mm-hmm. He's born from hyenas. So they switch the hyena baby, and they don't know, but the dad starts to figure it out because all these weird things start happening. He's like, there's something wrong with this kid. People are dying around him. They have a weird nanny that's really a satanic protector of the child. They got a dog that's a protector of the child. They try to take him to get baptized. All hell breaks loose. He can't go into church. And eventually the dad, and there's all like these religious things in there. There's a priest that starts to help him, and he falls onto a fence. He gets impaled on one of those wrought iron fences. Yeah. But eventually the dad, like the kid's sleeping and he's looking in his hair, and there's a tattoo, or not a tattoo, a birthmark, because he reads in the Bible and somebody's telling him there's a 666 on his head. That always freaked me out, man. So then there's a legend.
Seen that one?
I have never seen this. I've never even heard of this.
Oh, it's
good.
I haven't seen it for a long time, but it's a slow burn, creepy thing. So I think it probably holds up. It's not a lot of gore. It's more just creepy. Oh, then the nanny ends up hanging herself in the house in front of the kid. He's riding. You remember that? He's riding his tricycle and knocks somebody off. Knocks the mom
off the stairs
Yeah,
or the
off the balcony.
Or she's hanging or something.
She was hanging and she couldn't hang on no longer and then
and
fell.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he finds these daggers of it's got a name. Everything's so creepy because it's like biblical, which to me is like it's okay. It's not like The Substance, let's say, or a lot of horror movies where okay, that's never going to happen. Jason Voorhees. I mean, maybe if you're out in the woods, you get a little freaked out, but it's not going to happen. This, to me, was, okay, this is legit. This is witches and evil people. This stuff could happen. But the dad finally finds gets them from Egypt or something, these daggers. It's the only thing that can kill him. He's trying to kill him. He does not get away with it. And then there was an Omen 2, which wasn't bad.
I think there was
grows
a
up
couple
a little
sequels
older.
where it was him at different ages.
Yeah, and then the last one was Omen 3, which he was a politician getting ready to take over the world, as your Antichrist will. So, but I also read the books, which got into more of the lore and stuff, so it was freaky. I liked it. I know that's probably not everybody's cup of tea, but to me, classic horror, good movie.
My top 5, or my 5th, Salem's Lot. Stephen King's Salem's Lot. That's my number 5.
The old one. The original.
Yes, the original.
Okay.
Yeah, everything would be referring to the original.
Okay,
No
yeah. Well, we
remakes,
watched the new
original.
one that came out recently. It wasn't bad. It wasn't terrible.
I think the original was actually 3 hours, and I don't know if it was made for TV,
I think it was.
but I don't think it had a theatrical release. But Vampire Nosferatu, good makeup for that time.
Yeah.
Just that movie creeped me out.
It's because, again, it was like small town,
Right? Small town, yep.
weird
small
stuff
town,
going on.
Crazy house, crazy caretaker. I think of when the boys became the vampires. There's out in the smoke by the windows.
Yeah.
Scratching. Or I can't think of the actor's name, sitting in the chair and his eyes are just glowing. Preacher. Just, ooh, spooky.
Yeah, that's a good one.
79.
Good class.
1979.
1979.
So there again, I would have been 9 as well for a movie that
Then
was
that
like,
just
I'm creeped
stuff scars you.
Yeah.
Scars you.
That's a good way to put it.
And I think that was a great vampire movie. You know, there was all the old Dracula movies. I don't think they really broke away from Dracula until that point.
Yeah, I was going to say you had the black and white Nosferatu, but in Salem's Lot, it was the first time it wasn't a glamorized looking vampire.
And it wasn't Dracula.
Yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean? I think everything up to that point was
It was a creature.
a Dracula. Literally Dracula. You know what I mean? Rather than anybody could be a vampire, or there could be different vampires, not necessarily Count Dracula.
Right.
Good one.
Did you see the new Nosferatu?
I have not.
That was a good one.
That was fun.
We were not reviewing at the time. When did that come out? Was that last year?
Yeah,
Or
like
summer?
and end of the year.
It was
Christmas
good.
time. It was probably. I think it came out on Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was sweet. He's making a new movie, Werewolf.
Oh,
A
sweet.
werewolf movie, obviously.
Cool.
So yeah, but yeah, that one was good. That new Nosferatu.
That would have been one of my runner-ups too. American Werewolf in London.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a good one. The Howling.
Yeah. Special effects. The
Yeah.
special
The
effects.
Howling, I think the
Yeah.
original Howling was cool. Yeah. That's an HBO special too.
All right, my number 5 is Blair Witch, 1999.
Oh,
We
wow.
touched on it. I watched this one recently for the first time, probably like within the last
Really?
couple of years. Yeah, I've
Wow.
never seen it before. I watched it, right? I watched it in the dark. I was scared. I was scared. It was like uneasy. At first I was like, oh, this lady's so annoying. You know, at sometimes I am rooting for them to die. So if you ever seen this movie, they're so annoying. But it is just uneasy. It's just these people in the woods. And you talked about how your omen could really happen. this also could happen. Just people getting lost in the woods, and it never is like a witch until right at the end.
Right
There's
very
weird
end.
things happening, but it's like, oh, they could just be lost. They could just be going manic. There's a scene in the tent that really messed me up. They're sleeping in the tent. It might be like one or two of them. I know one of them's dead by this point, and it just there starts to be like handprints on the tent and everything. And I was like, oh, this is getting scary.
I don't mean to mess people up that might go tent camping, but when you are in a tent, you are putting yourself in the worst possible position. They know where you are. You have no idea what's happening outside that tent. You are the most vulnerable ever in a tent camping. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Stop and think about
true.
that.
Yeah.
You have to come out that opening. You're not coming out any other way. If you decide to come out, what are you gonna do? Turn on your flashlight? Okay, now they really can
see
pinpoint
where
you.
you're at.
Being in a tent, never do it. Never do it again. But with the Blair Witch, I always tell kids in class this. They think they see that handheld film and they just think, it's been done a million times. That was the original.
Yeah,
there was no
the first time they
such
were doing
thing
that.
up until that point.
And it
also,
feels very real.
Yeah,
as well.
Yeah, it
Like
does.
how they're doing it. Those kids are like going out there because they heard weird stories, and they're interviewing the townspeople. And at the beginning, they kind of not introduce, but they interviewed the townspeople going around, hearing their stories, and it really makes it feel very real.
which now you see those shows and you're like, this again. But at that time, that was like totally original. And also, if you remember the marketing for it, people thought it was real because you had never seen a movie handheld.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Handheld. Oh, this is found footage. There was no such thing as found footage. So people thought it was. There was a lot of people that thought that was all legit. So it was a pioneering original film at the time.
1999. I believe.
1999. All right, Runkle, number 4.
You got number 4.
We can't keep going the same.
All right. Oh man.
You don't want to go?
No, my list.
It's
It's tough, but I'm gonna go with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, 1974.
Classic.
From the opening scene of them picking up a hitchhiker,
That's a mistake.
being a freak, to run into a house where Leatherface is at. Oh, just the whole thing is just unsettling.
Yeah, well, again, at that time, you had never seen anything like that. Now that stuff's all cliche. Oh,
Right.
a guy's got a meat locker in his house. He's hanging people up. This and that.
That dinner scene,
Yeah.
Oh,
that's still very disturbing to watch. Everybody's like yelling and in that girl's face. They're eating weird stuff. And for me, that is too much. You know what I'm saying? I watched that movie and I'm like, this is, not saying anything. I'm like, this is a little too much.
It is.
Whatever's going on here, this is over the top craziness. Because Leatherface, he's always, making weird noises.
Squealing like a pig.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it's
a
crazy.
lot. That's a lot even now.
I liked, obviously they keep trying to mess with that and make a franchise out of it. There was one version that I did like. It was with Neve Campbell, I think. No, it was the other girl, Jessica Biel. It's maybe in the late 90s, early 2000s.
A remake.
Yeah, it was pretty much just a straight remake. I thought it was good. But yeah, the original, disturbing.
Disturbing.
And that's based on a true story, isn't it? There was that weird family out there.
Oh yeah.
Because there is famously, or infamously, an X-Files episode that is not on anywhere.
I know what you're talking
That
about.
is kinda-
With, like inbreds
Inbreds
family.
and cannibals.
They don't show it no more?
No.
It's
Why
taken
not?
out of. You have to watch it illegally, which I did, and it's
Too risque for television, I guess.
Well, did it air originally?
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I
just
one of
remember
the
seeing
things
it.
they took
I love
down.
the X-Files.
Oh, yeah.
I used to watch them religiously.
Did you?
Yeah,
So I remember when it came on, it was like,
Yeah, I remember you guys used to watch it all the time.
what are they?
But that one also is very.
Jim, Keith.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't you guys get together and
Yeah.
watch X-Files?
Yeah.
But yeah, that episode's very out there too, compared to the rest of the X-Files, where it's Monster of the Week, Paranormal Activity.
UFO.
That one was like
that was out there too.
It was they had one of them was locked up under the bed. One of these inbred kids locked up under the bed. I think Scully comes across it. Like I said, you had to watch it. You have to watch it illegally.
Disturbing.
And again, it is very disturbing. You're watching the X-Files.
And believable.
Yeah, that's the other thing. You're watching X-Files, you have the Fluke Man out in the sewers or whatever. Eugene Toombs, another classic, where you can stretch real thin and get through places. Cigarette smoking man and aliens and whatnot. Then you just get to this episode. That, mind you, again, I'm watching the X-Files. I liked it. First time I watched it all the way through. And I get to this episode. I had to watch it illegally. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, what is going on here?
What do they do? They just got a blank space for season 5, episode 12?
It jumped, like the numbers
The
jumped.
numbers jump.
So it was like 12 and then 14. So there's.
I wouldn't be surprised though, because I do think they made all the X-Files on like DVD sets or whatnot.
Oh yeah,
when they first came out, I bet you that episode's on it.
It's like the
But
Star
like
Wars VHS.
if it's on a streaming service or something now,
won't get it.
you're not gonna find it.
Yeah.
You're not gonna find it.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting. Did you see the latest X-Files TV series, like 5 episodes, 6 episodes? Man, they left that thing hanging. Remember that?
Yeah, yeah, that was crazy.
They left that thing hanging. I thought, man.
Ultimately disappointed.
Because they never, it was like Prince of Darkness again. I'm waiting for the scene. I'm still waiting. They are on a bridge. Traffic's backed up. I don't know if I forget what was going on.
Something with their kid.
Chaos. Yeah, something with their kid. They both race to get their kid, Scully and Mulder. They're on a bridge, or maybe one of them might have been half dead somewhere else. But basically it ends on this bridge. All kind of traffic, so there's all kind of people. And a UFO comes down, and whoever it was is looking up.
And the light beam comes down. The tractor beam comes down.
That's it.
That's it.
That's where it ended, yeah.
So it's like, okay, UFOs are here. There's no way around it.
So that's my bone of contention with a lot of things you see. Give me an ending. Even if there's going to be a sequel, you can still have an acceptable ending instead of leaving something at the end, completely leaving you hanging like, is that
It's
just
the middle
because
of
you're
the
going to
movie.
make a sequel to keep us coming back for more? Prime example, Star Wars. At the end, they destroyed the Death Star. Yeah, Darth Vader got away, but then they have an award ceremony. Everybody's happy. The movie's over. We still had great sequels coming. A lot more story to be told.
Even Empire.
Yes.
There was an ending.
Cliffhanger, but a good ending.
Right.
Instead of just, it's like you said, I haven't watched it. But that might be why I haven't watched some of the newer things, because it just, sometimes it's like not enough substance, or I'm going to be let down at the end. There's no ending.
Yeah.
You're just left hanging. That's no good.
Agreed.
No good.
Number 4.
I have It Part 1 from 2017. The second one is a little bit of a, I have this argument a lot. I don't know, we might have mentioned it on here. Just go, when they're adults, okay, go buy some weapons. You know what I'm saying? Buy some weapons.
Gun.
Yeah, call some people. Nobody's going to believe you. But when they're kids, it's like, yeah, they are on their own. No one's going to be like, oh, a crazy clown's chasing you. But yeah, came out in 2017. We saw it in theaters.
It was good.
That was scary. That was right around that time too, with like Stranger Things, where that started to happen. Where it was, we're going back to the '80s, group of kids, that sort of nostalgia factor. And this was just like Stranger Things a little bit more, because it was Pennywise. They were just killing those.
Had
kids,
you read
man.
the book at that point?
No. I didn't know what I was expecting. I knew there was a clown in there.
Which you don't like clowns.
Yeah.
Was that previous to that or before that? Or after?
Well, it came from the Joker in The Dark Knight. That's where I got my fear of clowns.
Oh.
Because I was like, this is great,
Were you around when Zach Smith dressed up? That's what did it to you?
That's what did it.
That's
Because
what did it.
obviously we didn't go to The Dark Knight. 2008, I was 5 years old. That wasn't one I saw in theaters, I sat at home and watched the Adam West, the great Adam West special. So, the Joker was like too legit for me. And then Zach Smith dressed up as the Joker. My dad
he had legit makeup on.
Oh yeah, I was full costume, everything.
Yeah.
Obviously, my dad goes, well, let's go take him to see the Joker. Not thinking. Because why would you be like, oh, it's the Joker, he knows it's made up. But freaked me out, dude. I mean, I started crying right on the spot. I was like, this is, because he's acting it up too.
Yeah, he was acting it up.
And then, 10 years later, we go see Stephen King Pennywise. I'm like, this is...
No.
So you still don't like clowns, I take it.
I mean, I'm over it a little bit now. I mean, they're creepy, though. They're messed up,
Sure.
So, yeah.
You don't see a lot of clowns around these days.
No, you don't.
Remember when those clowns were running around?
Yeah, they were just like out in the cities.
Yeah, that also didn't help because that was right around that time.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, what is going on anymore?
Yeah. My number 4 is this guy right here, Pet Sematary, from Stephen King, the movie, the original Pet Sematary. I thought that was a creepy. First of all, I had read the book, and it went with the book very well. A lot of times, obviously, you read the book and then you see the movie, and it's like, ah. But that movie, I thought, had a good creep factor. It built up to the end, and the kid, when he gets buried, I mean, you feel the panic because the mom and the daughter had left, and there's a whole psychic connection between the daughter. She's telling the mom, we got to get back to save the dad. There's the whole thing with the mom's sister that had some sort of disease, I forget what.
Spinal meningitis. I just read that part, and I was like,
that's creepy as heck in there, isn't it? That's like the scariest part.
Yeah, I was like, oh. But Stephen King, he's just able to do that.
Yeah.
The sister doesn't just die when they're
No, she didn't just die. It's going on for like a year.
And she's all like that. She starts, and they're saying like she's making fun of the family and mocking the family, being mean to her sister, making her mom's like, oh, do you have to go to the bathroom? And she'll say no, and then she'll pee the bed just to make her mom clean it. Like, she just...
It's messed up.
Yeah.
It's messed up. So, And I just... The dread of that kid by the road, and they got a cute little kid to play that part, and you have to watch the funeral and the whole thing. I thought it was a great movie. I thought it was true to the book. Maybe knowing what was happening in the book and knowing all the extra backstory and creepiness helped it because it wasn't a bad movie. So that helped it make it better for me. I loved it. Good movie.
That was a good movie.
I'll just say this too. We just watched The Long Walk. I completely forgot about that. That was a good one too. The Long Walk. That was good.
Would you say that's horror?
That's like a suspenseful horror. That's just suspenseful. That bam. Which I don't know if it is horror.
Yeah, I don't know if it is.
But they also are making Welcome to Derry, a TV show about it set in the previous cycle before the kids. And it looks very interesting.
You read any Stephen King and any of that? Are you a big reader?
Not anymore, but I mean, I've read Stephen King in the past. I was going to say, you can't go wrong with... I'm sitting here thinking to myself, the Stephen King books, I mean, they're all unbelievable stories. They're classics.
And Salem's Lot is Stephen King as well.
Absolutely.
And that's why I'm hoping in this Welcome to Derry, just throw out the Crimson King. That's what I was telling you the other day. Just throw out that name, see if it works. I want a Gunslinger series. You know what I'm saying? I want that TV show. That has characters from Salem's Lot.
From everywhere. Yeah.
The priest from Salem's Lot ends up in the Gunslinger. The Dark Tower saga, he ends up as a character there. There's a Pennywise clown in there at one point.
All which could be done up even more.
Yeah,
I'm hoping. Really play it up.
I'm hoping someone just goes, oh, the Crimson King. You know what I'm saying? Just have it. If I was a writer on this show, I'd be like,
throw it in there.
Let's throw in a shot of just a revolver. You know, just a random shot at one point.
See what people say.
Yeah. What's with the revolver and the Crimson King?
Get
and
then talking.
Glad you asked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We can make the Stephen King universe.
There's obviously a universe there.
Yeah, I mean, he's got it in the books. It's all weaved in there.
Yeah. Well, and then I don't know what happened there at the last 500 pages.
Yeah, get somebody else to write the end of the show. When you get to the show, get somebody else to write the end. But yeah.
All right, number 3.
Oh,
you're up. Number 3.
I had Get Out from 2017. Really? Yeah, this is like it's horror, but it's not a monster. It's
definitely horror though. I mean, it's got some supernatural aspects. Did you see it?
Nope.
No.
You haven't seen Get Out?
Oh, I haven't seen Get Out.
Don't see Nope. I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah. Us was a little bit of a letdown as well.
Yeah, Us was a big letdown. And then there's a movie Nope. I don't know if you saw that.
Don't know if
it's the same guy.
Yeah, but he came out swinging, man.
Yeah.
Get Out was good. It was sweet. It had great acting. It's just like an unease because
something's off.
Yeah, you can tell
something's off with that family.
Yeah. Who's that guy that plays him? I love that guy who plays the father in it. He's like a goofball, but he shows shades of being cynical. Oh yeah, and it just is.
And I think that's another one. It's different.
Yeah.
That now though, people are trying to duplicate it. But at that time, that was done very well and done differently than a lot of things. His family abducts abducts a black guy, and the daughter brings home a black guy that's her boyfriend, but then they do some weird voodoo stuff on him.
Yeah,
and make them
they put
slaves.
their brains in.
Yeah.
Or no, they take the bodies of the black guys and put the brains of the old white people in the bodies to like switch them out so they live longer and stuff.
Yeah.
It's weird, dude. It's weird. Cinematography's good. There's a point where he's falling through the chair.
Yeah, that's weird.
And then just him getting out of there is an endless struggle. Once he does start to figure out get out of there, there's a lot of symbolism in there and stuff like he picks the kind out of the couch and stuffs his ears and whatnot. So it's good stuff. I like it.
Yeah, and the daughter, you don't know
if she's
you
with
don't
them
know.
or
Yeah,
if she's not with
so
them.
that's a good twist too. Yeah.
Get out.
Get out.
Get out.
Get out.
What's the guy's name?
The director.
Yeah. I don't know why I just forgot.
It's not Ryan Coogler. It's he does the skits on YouTube. Key and Peele. Was it him? It's him,
Really?
right? Yeah. He was.
I don't know
he's
what,
like
if we just start talking, I'll think of it.
he's not the tall one. He's the shorter one.
Oh, really?
From the Key and Peele
Yeah.
skits, the little funny skits. But yeah.
All right, my number 3 is Evil Dead, 1981, Sam Raimi, classic, bonkers, and it's another one that scared me. Them things in the basement. Obviously now, I mean, they're just totally rubber suit, almost comical, but they were just so freaky, and they were in the basement, like you said before with the other things, they're just screaming and making noise. The whole thing's just chaos. Starts out kind of slow with the vines, remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Going through the woods, dragging that girl. And then, yeah, it just goes bonkers though.
Evil Dead 2 is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the first one, isn't that where he's just in the cabin by himself? Or is that 2?
Evil Dead 2, I don't know. The one with the things in the basement and he cuts off his own hand.
I think that's 2.
But that was like 1987 or something.
I think 2 doesn't he put a
No, that would be Army of Darkness.
Yeah.
That would, I think, considered 3. So I thought, I'm terrible.
See,
I thought the original first Evil Dead was very low budget.
Yes.
Of him out in the cabin with just really weird cinematography, like a spirit, ghostly, I don't know if you see it, but throwing objects at him acting crazy and demented. But then I thought Evil Dead 2 was kind of like a revisit of the same thing, modernized, more of the Ash character. I can't remember, man. That's tough.
Yeah. No, it's Evil Dead, I think. I don't know.
I'm getting you a question.
Yeah, you are. Because I was questioning at first. I wanted to make sure I had the right one. But I was looking. I know it wasn't... Because Evil Dead 2 came out in like 1987. Evil Dead was 1981. And I know 1987 I was a senior. And it's not bothering me at that point.
Sure.
I know it was when I was a little younger. I saw it. So, I don't know. But in any case, those movies, that whole series, I don't know, they got a little crazy at the end. A little too crazy.
we saw
Too commercialized.
the newer
comical.
one, right? Is that what you're talking about? There was a newer one that came out where they're in the hotel.
Yeah.
That one was good.
Yeah,
I
it
like
wasn't
that one.
bad. What was that? What was Evil Dead something?
Evil Dead Rises. Evil Dead. It might have just been Evil Dead.
Yeah, they were in a hotel. It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
It was
and at
pretty
the end,
cool.
they just there was a monster or something.
I forget what happened at the end.
Oh, it was like a big. I forget what happened. I feel like they
put it in the shredder.
Congratulations. Yeah.
They put it in the shredder. Yeah. So,
Sam Raimi.
Sam Raimi went on to do great things. All right, that brings it back to me for number...
Nope, I got 3 yet.
Oh, you got a 3 yet?
My 3 is The Exorcist, 1973. Linda Blair, young girl, demonic possession.
Again, true story. Actually, this was loosely based on a true story. When they wrote it, William Blatty, I think that's who wrote it. Yeah, I don't know.
Demonic possession.
True
Seeing
story.
seeing her change.
Cool part.
Projectile vomit.
Yeah.
Just the whole thing was just spooky.
So this is my number 2. So,
all right.
Perfect segue.
Right.
So, but at the end too, the cool part, the priest, the younger priest, takes the spirit in himself and then jumps out the window
Yeah.
to kill it, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, just once again, cutting edge. First time you really, I think, saw demonic possession like that on screen.
Yeah. And I don't think it's been, I mean, there's been a ton of possession films since then.
And a lot of good ones.
Yeah.
But that, I look at that as like the first one.
And probably the best one.
Yeah, I think so.
Because it's trying to be grounded.
I always thought the music, I can't
Yeah.
think of what it's called, the bells.
Bells. Tubular bells.
Tubular bells, that's chilling. It's,
I've watched it recently. I mean, obviously the pace of what we're used to now, pacing isn't quite, but it's still a good movie. It's very creepy. Again, because to me, that's a true story. That stuff, I don't know what your beliefs are, but that's some variation of that stuff happens in some way, shape, or form. Call it what you will.
right?
But that and Ouija board, don't mess with Ouija board if you're out there.
Open up
kids.
the portals to
Yeah,
darkness.
don't be
man.
doing it. So number 2 and number 3, The Exorcist.
Am I doing number 2 then? Wait, no.
No, number
My
Yeah.
3 was Exorcist, but that
that
happened
was
to be
my
your
number
2.
2. So you're number 2.
So I'll go.
Or, okay.
Yeah, you go.
However,
Did you do your 3 though?
Yeah, I did my 3.
All right, my number 2, and I was going to put this later, but once again, it's a personal favorite. John Carpenter's The Thing remake.
Wow.
The original was terrible,
Well, yeah,
but
it was
spacecraft,
different
it
too.
was different. But spacecraft, crash lands in frozen area.
Did you ever see the original?
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
I never did see it. Just
One
James
time,
Arnaz
but
dressed up in an
once
outfit.
again, one time, and it's like.
Yeah.
But John Carpenter, man, I think he's a horror master.
Yes.
Kurt Russell,
Kurt Russell in his
team
prime.
of scientists find a UFO, crash landed in Antarctica, whatever, and obviously there was something left alive in the spacecraft, a shapeshifter, if you will.
If I will.
Some of
What
the
a
most
film.
groundbreaking special effects
At
you'll
the
see
time,
at the
yes,
time.
I remember.
And it holds up now. I'll tell you what, they
does.
hold up now. I don't want to just say at the time. They remade this in 2011 or a sequel, and they use CGI, and it's like, what am I looking at?
Right,
This is
it's not the same.
nothing.
Yeah, and it
And-
still doesn't look better.
That's how all these movies are now. It's just CGI. Here, stand in front of a blue screen. We'll add everything in after. That's all it is. These guys are in that room with
They're
something.
freezing. This I don't know if they did it in the middle of winter, if they did it in the
In a
North
cold
Pole
room.
or what,
But there's something for them to react to as well. When that guy's hands go through the stomach, and
Yeah.
they were using amputees and stuff to
So
get the shots.
if you're infected, they can't tell because you can shapeshift. And there's a scene
yeah, the
where
blood.
they take a blood sample from each person, and
They don't know for sure if
in
it's
a
going to
little
work.
petri dish, and when applied heat or fire to it,
They heat a wire to pain the blood,
Yes.
which is a creature.
yeah, and
That's a great scene. It's a
Oh.
suspenseful scene because you don't know.
no.
You don't know what's going to happen.
And then even beyond the suspense, when it finally does
Yeah.
break, it'll leave you speechless.
It is. That's an intense scene because
It's-
then they hit something and
Oh, it's intense. And like I said, physical, real effects. 1982. So I'd have been 11, and I think I got to go. I had older brothers, so I got to go to movies I probably
theater.
shouldn't.
I'm going to tell you that
Go to.
was an HBO at the Runkles for me. It was. I never saw that. Yeah, I don't know. That had to be a.
I mean, that's an all-time classic. And they nailed it. They nailed everybody. A lot of
Childs.
times with the cast that big,
Yeah.
it's hard to give everybody something. But even, like you said, young Kurt Russell, he's wearing a sombrero, flying a helicopter around.
Right.
What is that about? Where's that kind of character design anymore? And there's a guy he's separated from them. He's digging a hole in the ground to rebuild the UFO the whole time. A great scene, they're outside. And he's like, come on, let's go up to my room. Why are we going up there? because I turned the light off when I left. It's just like, what is going on?
You don't know
You don't know
what's going on.
who's who. Even at the end, it's one of the great endings of
Yeah.
cinema.
I was gonna say once again, an ending that's kind of open, but you have an ending. You're not left like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. There's no way they're getting out. You just don't. You have to decide for yourself. Is one of them the creature? Is none of them the creature? What's
going on?
But
What's in that
you're
bottle? They're
stranded
sharing
there.
that bottle. There's always like the,
Yeah.
is it gasoline to see if he'll react to it or what? Yeah. A great movie. Great movie.
Great movie.
Still holds up.
Yeah, it is.
That's
John
a-
Carpenter.
John-
Another John Carpenter. Would you call this horror? They Live.
My brother asked me the same thing because I was talking to him about my list and stuff, and he's like, "Oh,
Which brother?
Jerry," and he's like, "What do you think about They Live?" And I'm like, "Well, it's suspenseful, but I look even more like that of
Sci-fi.
sci-fi horror, but it didn't leave me horrified.
No.
It didn't
Well,
leave
in
me
a different way. Obviously, it's like a documentary, basically.
Yeah.
So
That was
Yeah.
not horror though. He
Yeah.
has those glasses. He's running off the shotgun,
That's
just blowing
sweet
things
movie.
apart. That's
sweet
fun.
movie.
That's a fun one.
Yeah, that's sci-fi. Sci-fi.
Is
fun.
Alien-
But I tell
Yeah,
you what,
is Alien-
it's all predicated. Besides Alien, it's all predicated on you being fed subliminal things throughout your everyday life. That could be applicable still to
That's
this
what I
day.
mean. It's
Yeah.
a documentary. Documentary, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. What Alien? Would you say Alien and Aliens?
Aliens certainly isn't. That Aliens is an action movie.
The first one.
The first one
Aliens.
is
No, Alien.
Alien. Yeah.
Horror.
See, I look at that more sci-fi action thriller, but
It gets.
I will say
a
with
lot of
Aliens
horror.
too, obviously because the action is so much greater, it's more intense. You're more.
Yeah, it's a action movie. I
You
remember-
got Space Marines going in there with those rifles. What a sound for those rifles too, if you ever hear them.
Oh.
The noise on that and the alien screech as they're blowing them apart.
Yeah,
That's
It's
a great.
intense.
That's
Yeah.
that was a good movie.
that's a sequel. If we're counting.
Yeah.
If we're counting horror. If we're counting Alien as horror.
That's
See
a
that,
horror.
see
great
that
sequel.
whole horror genre, like I
These
mentioned
Predator,
Jaws, who
yeah.
wants to go in the water, but I thought some people think of horror like a monster or a slasher, but I'm like, I was mortified from Jaws. But I ultimately said I'm not going to put that in my horror list and tried to think of more things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know where Jaws falls in that.
Yeah.
But obviously, yeah, horrified.
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 Horrified. Mortified.
Mortified and horrified. All right, where we at?
Number 2. Did you go? Oh, you did Exorcist.
My number 2 was Exorcist.
All right,
Your
here's
number
mine.
2 was The Thing.
My number 2 is Scream from 1996.
I had that on my list, and I took it off at the last minute.
This one I love Scream. I enjoy them all. You know, even the newer ones because of Jenna Ortega. But that first one, I think it really is. It elevates the slasher genre of horror. But it's so good. It's just two maniacs, you know, and that whole switch of, well, who is it as well? There's the whodunit sort of feel to it. There's the slasher feel. The opening scene is disturbing because it's
great.
Oh, yeah.
it slowly is him slipping into the persona. At first he's just like, oh, you know, trying to get some. And then you start to realize, wait a second, this guy is like, he's messing around with her in a weird way. He's saying he can see her. It's just a girl. She's out by herself. And then he starts breaking into the house and everything. There's the camera where she comes outside the house and you see him lurking in the background. I mean, right away that opening scene is crazy. And they're still doing it. I mean, they do it every movie because it works so well. The first one, the phone call at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, for me, that's a great movie because it took the slasher movie and finally did something different with it. And it kind of put a whole new spin on it because these people are in our universe where they watch the slasher films and they're stealing, you know what I mean? They're sort of not making fun of, they're whatever you want to say. They're modeling it. So I think it's a slasher film, but it is a level above the slasher film because it's taking all those things from those movies and doing something different with it.
What year was Scream?
1996.
Okay, so I love Scream. So I look at, like you said, all the slasher films. You got your Jason, you got your Freddy, you got your Michael, and you're given sequel after sequel through the 80s into the 90s.
Yeah.
And it's the same old thing.
Right.
Nothing fresh until Scream. Then it was like a fresh take on a killer, dare I say it, like a new costume at least. And the story
At
was
least,
great.
yeah.
Yeah, the story was great. It wasn't, I don't know, some of those final Friday the 13th and Freddy, I just feel like even the death scenes are just comical. It's
just...
Oh yeah, that's it.
What
When
about-
these kids get killed, man? It's like, there's a certain brutality to it where it's like, oh, that girl getting stuck in the garage door at the end in Scream, and that's another one. This movie, Scream, like The Thing, its cast of characters is really developed and known by their personality.
Yeah.
The girl Sydney, I believe her name is in the movie.
Yeah.
She's kind of, even like the origin story of her with her mom and how it's all coming back. There's the kid who is fully into horror movies, that little goofball, he's great. Dewey the cop, gotta love him. What's her name from Friends, the girl? She's the news reporter, she's in
Yeah.
it too. I mean, it's a great cast of characters, and they keep
they're
coming
not
back.
throwaway characters.
Right.
Yeah, and they keep coming back and back, which I think is another thing that was, I think Halloween did it with,
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis, she came back for the sequels, but a lot of time you didn't really see that. They didn't go right back to them, but Scream follows that cast of characters throughout all of its movies. So I just feel like that's another bonus for this one. They're not throwaway, stupid teenagers in the woods. They
Yeah.
all are kind of smart, they're all kind of aware.
Yeah.
They just don't know who's doing it either. And that's another great twist of who's doing it.
We're going. Oh, that's an hour and 8 right there. An hour and 8 minutes. That one's out. That's all right. When Jim was here, did you happen to watch that episode?
I
That's
did.
my favorite.
And
We ran out of batteries.
multiple evenings I watched it.
So yeah, Scream took all those things and did something different with it.
Yeah. And again, you don't know who's doing it.
No.
And then there's a fake out at the end
Yeah.
where the boyfriend gets killed, and then it's actually two of them the whole time.
It's just a good written movie as well.
That's Wes
Too
Craven,
many,
right?
I believe so. Too many horror movies, I feel, just fall in the trap of let's make money off the franchise, put new people in there. It doesn't really matter who the characters are. You know they're going to get whacked before the end of the movie anyways. But this, from start to finish, just good written story, fresh take on a lot of things, great acting, great cast, like you said. It stands the test of time.
Matthew Lillard.
Yeah.
He's giving it his all in that final
Yeah,
scene
he
in the
is giving it
kitchen,
his
man.
all.
He's going berserk. Gotta love it.
Yeah. Good one. So now we're down to number ones.
Yep. Should I go?
Might as well.
My number one was The Thing. John
Oh,
Carpenter's The Thing.
yeah, nice.
So we just talked about it. Won't go too much, but yeah, I really enjoy that. Like I said, I feel like when you just got a guy wearing a sombrero in the Arctic flying helicopters, right away I'm all in.
Right. It's characterization without. It was a good movie.
He doesn't need a costume or anything. He's got a costume, so to speak.
I'm biased because I'm the biggest John Carpenter fan. I love him. He's my favorite director. So I'm going to jump to my number one since we talked about The Thing. Staying with John Carpenter, my number one is Halloween.
Obviously.
Obviously, 78, I believe.
Yes.
So I'm 7. I'm sure I didn't see it when it came out in the theaters, but when I finally saw it, just seeing the shape and the suspense of him walking after you. He ain't running after you. He ain't going crazy. Just the steady stalking.
And the music.
And I was just going to say that, which I want, after you say your number one, I want to say something about the music side of it, being a musician. The music, think of a more iconic soundtrack to any horror film you've ever seen that you could say, oh, I can remember the song from that. No. I was talking with some of my other friends, like Nightmare on Elm Street. Well, what about 1, 2,
that's
3?
all.
Well, the words are changed, but the melody to that, they didn't make that.
Yeah.
everybody can sit there and ding, 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 ding.
I mean, that's Halloween.
That's
That's the
Halloween.
theme of
That's
October. You know, that plays all throughout the month.
Absolutely.
All the time.
That transcends the horror genre, though. That's like up there with the Star Wars March, the Raiders of the Lost
Correct.
Ark.
Okay, so
That's
Jaws.
up there with Jaws.
If somebody just were to go,
You know what it is.
you know what it is.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, you know those
easily
from when you were a
recognizable.
kid.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because you hear, because people are just playing the Halloween theme all the time.
Right, you
throughout
might not
the-
even know
You don't
what
know
it's
it's
from.
but you know
You know
you're
it's
familiar
You've
with
heard
it.
it.
You know it's Halloween.
You know it's Halloween. But
Yeah.
regardless, Donald Pleasance, Jamie Lee Curtis, you know,
Got her start.
you got a demented kid who's in a mental ward who escapes,
Great stuff.
goes back to his neighborhood where he killed his sister, I believe.
Yep. Would you say that is the first slasher film?
No.
What is the first slasher film?
So I was trying to think the same thing. As far back as I could think, that what I would say would be your first slasher was 1960 Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho. Norman Bates.
Yeah, I mean,
technically slashing through the
Literally
shower curtain, you know. Dead mom upstairs. That was demented, and that's 1960.
Yeah, that was really demented for that time.
That's really early. Late 60s, you finally get Night of the Living Dead, George Romero. So you finally get like the Living Dead and
I don't
zombies.
think that's slasher per se.
No, but horror.
Yeah.
You know, I look at the original now. I appreciate it, but it's kind of cheesy.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
But
Slow moving zombies.
for people in 1968, you know, they're wigging
Have
out.
never
wild,
seen
have
nothing
never
like
seen
that.
Oh my God, what's going on?
Yeah.
You know, kind of groundbreaking, even though it might not be what you would typically
But
think visually.
I think part of the allure for Halloween is that it was groundbreaking. I would say the first modern slasher film, because all
Yes,
those other
yeah.
ones were trying to capitalize on the success of Halloween. You know, teenagers, okay, what can we do? Let's do Friday the 13th. Again, Freddy Krueger is that model. Teenagers, crazy killer.
Right.
You know, Hellraiser, teenagers, crazy killer.
What I love also with Halloween is, once again, an ending that leaves you with a cliffhanger.
But it's an ending.
But it's an ending. And best use of a sequel, in my opinion, to any horror movie. Well, like you made a good point earlier with Friday the 13th Part 2, because it is more of Jason. But for the sequel to technically still take place from that same night,
Yeah.
from him going over the balcony in 1 and then he disappears, to it still takes place
Right then
and there. A little side note with the Halloween series, if you ever watch them, Halloween 3 is called Season of the Witch. John Carpenter's original idea wasn't to keep making Michael Myers movies. He just wanted to have some really cool, scary Halloween stories to tell every couple of years. But after releasing the first Halloween, because of its success and how much money it made off of the very minimal budget, it was a big money maker, they decided to make a sequel. But after the sequel, he was ready to move on with another story. Season of the Witch.
And that is
Which
Happy Halloween.
yeah, it wasn't a bad idea, but thinking that it was going to be Halloween with Michael Myers, you know, after they did the
It
sequel.
was deceiving because it says Halloween, but Season of the Witch.
Yeah.
He wanted Halloween to be like the name of his short stories I'll tell every couple of years. But
Yeah, right.
you get something.
Wanted to have more of an anthology, but I think once you did Halloween 2 with Michael Myers,
Then you forced it. You kind of put the two and two together for people
Yeah.
to make Halloween synonymous with Michael Myers.
right,
Yeah.
right.
And they nailed that in one, though. The look of Michael Myers, the movements of him, just how he sits up all the time, just straight
Yeah.
up. You know, it wasn't like, oh, let's try to make that creepy in Part 2. It was just right away they got it. I love the way he will stab somebody. There's a guy hanging there at one point. And he kind of inspects it. He's almost like curious about, like, yeah, this is good work, you know? And I mean, that's all right away in one. So that's a credit to the character, the actor who played the character who got emotion through, even though he's masked without words. He's
Right.
supposed to be kind of emotionally not there.
And Donald Pleasance, the crazy doctor. Or I
Yeah.
shouldn't say crazy, but the doctor running around trying to catch him. He was a great actor.
Yeah, I think he was just I think he was like Peter Cushing in Star Wars.
Yeah.
They're like, what's the biggest name we can get on this budget,
On this budget.
to make us look credible? And it was Donald Pleasance.
Yep.
But that ended up being one of, I mean, he's known for that probably more than anything. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Dr. Loomis, right?
Yeah, Dr. Loomis. I mean, he had a successful acting career
Oh,
when
yeah.
he was younger, but at the same time.
Yeah, so did Peter Cushing. I couldn't tell you
Right.
another Peter Cushing movie, though.
Right, right. Which I think Halloween was good
Alec
for Donald.
Guinness.
Yeah.
I mean, both those guys were picked for that reason.
Yeah.
Let's get the biggest names we can get on our budget to try and make this look credible.
Right.
I mean, Alec Guinness, he's in a couple ones I can probably name, but he's Obi-Wan Kenobi. I mean, that's it. He's, you know what I mean? That's what he's known for, and he was disgusted.
And
by
I don't
that.
think he wanted to even do it when he was originally presented.
No,
I'm
I've
thinking,
seen
what
that.
is this science fiction thing?
Yeah.
I'm a stage actor or whatever,
Right,
you know,
right.
but he ended up doing it, and my God, iconic.
Yeah, for sure. All right, my number one, I might get some flack from this, I don't know, is Poltergeist. Steven Spielberg.
That's a good one.
I just feel like it's, and I watched it recently again. I think it holds up. It is a I think to me it's there's other haunted house movies, but I think it's basically, I feel like it's the best haunted house movie. It's got so much in there, like true stuff, like the chair going across the floor and objects moving. It starts out with that, but then it goes fantastic, and then they got portals to another dimension, and they're putting ropes up through the portal. The girl with, it goes up to the TV. That's where, oh, what did she say?
They're here.
Is that what she said?
Here.
Yeah. And, that's iconic and creepy. And she gets sucked into the TV. The first time she gets sucked into the TV and they're looking for her, it's like, whoa. And then you got the whole thing with the kid looking at the tree in a lightning storm. I mean, who hasn't done that as a child?
Right.
You're in a storm and or not even a storm, it's just dark out and there's tree branches in the window and you think there's something going on out there. And it's Steven Spielberg at his best, I think. And I just think the ghost hunters come in, that weird psychic comes in. To me, that stuff is all got some truth to it. And I think it's done very well.
And they tie it up very well when you think of all the ghosts or the supernatural things at the end. All of a sudden, when all hell breaks loose, they go outside. Was it the swimming pool or
Yeah,
down in the
yeah.
mud, and there's all the bones, and they
Yeah.
find out, what was it, like an Indian
Indian
burial
burial
ground?
ground will get you every time.
There you go. Don't build your house on an Indian burial ground.
Moral of the story. And I think it was creepy at the time. Mm-hmm. I mean, like I said, I think it still holds up. The special effects at a couple parts are a little shaky, but like I said, I think there's a lot of truth to the stuff that happens in there, and I just think it's one of the best haunted house movies.
Even the older lady who played, like, who's coming to exorcise the
Yeah.
demons, she was
Good character.
but even the lady who played her was just enough that
A little off.
a little off that you just feel uneasy with her, and she's supposed to be there to help,
Right.
but you almost still feel uneasy with her. Good movie.
Yeah. Yeah, and the crew that comes in with them, I think they are decent characters. They get fleshed out a little bit. Like, they're scared to be there and they have to leave. They think they clean the house and they leave. But then obviously stuff still happens. And the sequels they did to it, unnecessary
Sequels,
and not...
don't do sequels.
Yeah.
Just sometimes you gotta
It's
walk
just-
away.
Yeah. That one, I mean, it's not made for a sequel. It's not topic for a sequel. Just let it go. So there you go.
Yeah, if you're looking for some good Halloween shows, watch some John Carpenter's Prince of Darkness. Not in my top list, but man, good Halloween scary film.
The thing with John Carpenter, I wish at some point he would have got a bigger budget. All these movies, probably Thing is the...
Okay, I think he did, but blew it on making, I shouldn't say, this is going to sound terrible, Escape from L.A.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing to do with horror. Nothing to do with horror
Escape
here.
from L.A. was a bust.
Escape from New York, Classic, great Kurt Russell movie, man. They years later they finally make a sequel. I remember going to the theater to watch it, as excited as could be. And when that movie, I think we might have went together.
No,
No,
that was past. We were in that time.
I just know when I left that theater, I don't know if I've been more disappointed of like they took this iconic character and made it almost comic bookish.
I mean, he's surfing down that thing. That was just,
there's a scene where once again he's got like 2 minutes before he's going to die from an injection, and he's on a basketball court. Kurt Russell, Snake Plissken, and he's got to shoot hoops. And then if he makes it, he has to take the basketball and run to the other end and make it and go back and forth and make so many points. Oh yeah. Go watch this movie within so much time, or he's going to be shot or whatever they do. And it's Snake Plissken. He does it. Mind you, he's got a wounded leg and it's wrapped, and he can still run up and down the basketball court and shoot baskets. It's in the movie.
Yeah, they tarnished Snake Plissken's reputation on that one.
Terrible.
But like, what movie were we talking about? Like They Live. A little more budget, that would have been great.
Yeah.
What one did you say?
Prince of Darkness.
Prince of Darkness, because I was watching that recently. I mean, whatever, the last couple of years, because I wanted to see that ending again. A little more budget, that would have been.
I will tell you though, and I feel like they had the gold mine, because there is, I don't know how else to describe it, but deep within a church, kept secret and hidden, is a canister with this swirling liquid that you're kind of led to believe it's Satan, it's the devil. But what they use for the container in the basement of that church, it's just the most.
Yeah, it's creepy.
Yeah, it's probably in the basement of the Vatican for real.
Yeah, it's probably.
What is this? What is that?
Prince of Darkness.
Prince of Darkness.
I gotta see this one too.
But just at
I've
the
never seen
end.
Omen or Prince of Darkness.
It's at the end, that thing, I always was fascinated with that transmission. Because it's from the future or something, and it's looking back in the church, and then you see a shadowy figure or something.
So the shadowy figure is the girl, because you remember she kind of went into the mirror.
Yeah.
And then Donald Pleasance, another John Carpenter movie he's in, is the priest.
Yeah.
Breaks the mirror, and she's kind of like in the devil's world.
Yeah. See portals again.
So where is that transmission coming from? Because then it looks like she's in that portal. Yeah, it is. There's weird elements. Absolutely.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, John Carpenter, man.
John Carpenter. He passed away, hasn't he?
No, he's still alive.
Is he really?
Okay, so I'll tell you what, John Carpenter, I don't know if he's doing music or movies now, but I just recently watched on YouTube, you can find this. He has got a band and he's performing.
A band?
A band. He's performing a lot of his original music. Most every single John Carpenter movie you'll see, he does his own scores, and they're very good. He's out in front playing keyboards. There's other keyboard players, and it's just not a night of him playing Halloween thing. He's got a lot of other very good orchestrations, you know, some kind of, I'm not going to say rock.
Metal?
But it's not, there's no vocals, there's no
Right.
singing, it's just instrumental. But yeah, just anything from, and in the background he's got a movie screen where he'll show snippets of the movies that the songs came from. So that's what
Escape
he's
from
doing.
New York?
78 he is.
Escape from New York's got a memorable. I can
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I can hear it in my head. It's a good one. So yeah, so there you go. That's our top 5. That's 15. Well, almost 15 because we duplicated a couple. So that's a good sign, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it must be
very
halfway
true.
decent.
Yeah. John Carpenter made 2 of the top ones.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. What's up next? Is there movies coming up?
Next week is Bruce Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere. Why aren't you excited for that? What's your favorite Bruce Springsteen song? Well, we got you here. What's your favorite?
What would
got
mine?
you here.
Oh man, can I have 3?
Go ahead.
All right, mine are going to be more the commercial popular ones. I don't go deep into Bruce's catalog. I've always liked Glory Days.
Classic.
I would have to go with Hey Little Baby, is your daddy home?
I'm on fire.
I'm on Fire. That's a good
Classic.
one. That's a classic.
Both of those from Born in the USA.
Good point. What would I say for my third? Those are the two top ones that jump out at me. Oh no, Brilliant Disguise.
That is an underrated, great one too. That's from
Always Doug
Tunnel of
DeVito.
Love.
Doug DeVito.
The words of that are good, and at the end there's like a twist. Because that's one of the things he does. Is the writing of the. There's usually a story in there. There's usually a little more than I'm crying because my girlfriend broke up with me. You know what I mean?
Right.
There's a little something in. There's some stories in there, and
I'm
Brilliant
on
Disguise
Fire.
is a good one.
It's a good little
Yeah.
story. As quick as it's only like a 2-minute song.
Yeah, it's a very short song, but a good one.
Yeah.
Hey, little girl.
Is your daddy home?
Yeah, good one. Yeah, I don't know if I'm. We talked about that. I don't know that I'm.
Well, if we don't see that, then we'll review The Thing.
No, yeah, maybe we'll review The Thing, but I think we did. We hit it pretty good. Maybe we'll review Prince of Darkness.
Yeah, we'll watch a horror movie or something. If not, Bruce.
Why don't you
Yeah, it's
watch a
Halloween.
couple of the John Carpenter films you haven't seen? And
Have
then
you seen
talk
They
about
Live?
them?
Yeah, I seen They Live when I was like real little.
Yeah,
That was
I
sweet,
probably
though.
made you watch it.
Another one.
Here's what's going on.
Another movie of his that I thought was really good, although it was later, not as good as some of the ones we've mentioned. In the Mouth of Madness.
I was gonna say that one. I mean, just bring it up. He's not on my list, but it's different.
He did Vampires, different. James Woods.
Yeah, yeah. He did.
Then he started. He's, in my opinion, just from a writing standpoint, Vampires. Then he did Ghost of Mars with, I believe, Ice Cube.
Yeah.
That was just. That wasn't. I didn't
That's where
enjoy
his
that.
downfall was.
Yeah.
Tried to cash in on the science fiction
And it was
fad
just-
and just.
Not so hot.
Yeah. All right, so we may or may not have something next week. Hit the like and the subscribe, and what else? Like, subscribe. You got it.
Comics
That's
one
it.
last time.
Comments. What? You list your top 4 movies. List what you're looking forward to in the movie season coming up. I tell you, there is a big difference now that we're doing this between the summer movie season and now. Like summer movie season was great. Did you get to go to many movies this summer?
I did not.
You got busy playing out. This guy's out there
There's
drumming
what I
it
do
up.
on my weekends.
How much?
Exactly.
How much would you? This I don't even know if you can answer this. Your income speaking, is Gilbert a side gig, or is the drumming the side gig, or
It
is it
depends
equal?
the time of the season.
Yeah,
It can go back and forth. Obviously,
you guys have played some big venues.
sure we have. I would say we do a lot of festivals in the summertime. So, and a lot of festivals are outside. So it's easy to do them in the summertime, although you do roll the dice with the weather. But we stay really busy. Not that we don't play indoors in the fall or in the spring, but it slows down.
Yeah,
We all have lives, you know.
that's too bad.
And a lot of us have other projects we're in as well. Hard Candy, another band, check them out.
What are the projects you got going?
Hard Candy. Rumors and Hard Candy are the only musical things I
You
got
know,
going right now.
this guy, this guy right here. We used to make movies back in the
We
day.
did.
We should.
I was almost going to wear my Armageddon Man t-shirt.
You still got
But
that?
it's white. And I
white,
thought,
yeah,
well, I
might
don't
not.
know if it's not going to translate very
Yeah,
good.
it
So
might not.
I'll wear my second
That's a
one.
classic. Let me tell you. We spent a whole summer doing that thing, easily.
More than that.
Yeah.
If I'm correct, this is coming up on the 30th anniversary.
Why? What would be the date of that?
96 or 97. Damn
think
near
you
the
might be
same
right.
time Rumor started.
Damn near.
30th anniversary re-release.
At one
Have
point,
you ever seen it? Your
No.
dad's in it? Yeah.
I've never
At
seen
one
this.
point, I
Or-
had. What'd you say?
Or Third Martian. Third Planet.
Close Encounters of the Fourth Kind. I
My
think
grandma's got a poster of that.
Armageddon Man was better than that. For a bunch of guys that didn't know what they were doing, talking
Oh,
about us.
absolutely.
I mean, we just were like, there was no YouTube, so anything we did was just like, all right, let's try this.
VHS tape.
That's what I was going to say. Editing. on
No
your
computers. No modern Final Cut editing software. 2 VHS decks and a TV. 2 TVs.
Yep, 2 TVs. Dang.
Labor of love.
Firecracker. I got shot. I was climbing this fence trying to escape, and I got shot. So we strapped firecrackers to a bag of blood. It's crazy
Sure.
stuff we were doing on top of a fence.
Let me light the firecracker real quick.
Had to, running in front of my van. I was getting chased by a van. I really was fearing for my life at that time.
You might have been.
I mean, I was hauling butt trying to.
Yes,
I
you
told
were.
Frost. Frost was driving the car. I said, if something goes wrong, you go that way. I'll go that way.
Good times.
Good times. I wish. Yeah. I had all the tapes at one point from you.
I think I do have them.
Boxes of original
Yeah.
VHSs,
Yeah.
and I was going to try and re-edit it because I just feel like you could do sound effects, you could reframe some things.
You would have to take every VHS tape,
Yeah.
input it into a computer, and then you're right. Then the world's your oyster. You could edit it and add soundtrack. and
You
all
could
that
just
kind of
probably adjust some lighting and some coloring.
stuff. Yeah.
Sound. I think just sound effects and music would make just such a huge difference.
Yep. We're gonna have to open your eyes to some of our youth.
The cinema. We'll play it back here.
Yeah.
We can
I'll
make
tell
a
you
little
what I
nice
wish I
talk
had
over.
was them stop motion.
I am telling you, I have at least 2 movie reels. I don't know what they are. I'll have to dig them out of my closet. But I thought your sister had somebody.
They're gone.
I don't know.
I had the GI Joe 3 3/4 inch that you can move them all different ways.
There were multiples of those.
I made. And some of them were good, like the dudes were running across things and whatever, and you're like, oh man, that's
2
legit.
clicks of the frames.
Yep,
Let's
2
move 'em.
clicks, move
2
them.
clicks of the frame.
Yep.
Move 'em.
Legit.
A summer later. Let's watch this 2 minutes, man.
Yeah, a summer later, because you had to send that in. And towards the end of that era, it was taking them a long time to get stuff back to you, probably because nobody was doing it anymore. They had to
Super
send it to
8,
like
8
Alaska
millimeter.
or something,
Yeah.
to get it done, to get film developed. I've tried that a couple times with this.
Think about it. Was the advent of VHS coming out?
Yeah.
Then nobody was carrying the Super 8.
That's what I mean. Towards
Film
the
that
end,
you
you
could
couldn't
do,
get
yeah,
it.
you couldn't get it.
You couldn't get it developed. But I've tried that a couple times with these cameras, and like you said, it was 2 clicks. I don't know if that was 2. It had to be 2 frames of film.
It doesn't do the same with 2
It
clicks on
doesn't.
the camera.
It doesn't do the same.
Because how many frames per second? Look into that.
So you would have to click it X amount of frames per second. But really, you could do it in the editing software once you find out what that. You take one picture, and just make it however big it needs to be.
Well, I was going to say, if you think about the Super 8, your 2 clicks,
With
so
2
on,
frames
even though
of
it's
film.
2 frames of the same picture, based on the speed of what those 2 frames would play, followed with the next 2 frames to
Yeah.
get the movement to look like they're really moving,
Yeah.
doesn't translate with like
No.
an iPhone of just think you're taking 2
No.
pictures. It doesn't. Because now they can play 2 pictures back to back so quick it makes them look like they're going super fast.
Or yeah.
Or the
So I'm sure there's a YouTube video that probably tackles that question. But my point is you can just take a photograph, put it into the editing software, and you can make that photograph last a second, a half second,
Oh yeah, I see what you're
a
saying.
frame,
Yeah, yeah.
whatever a frame would be. Yeah, one of these days I get some time, maybe I'll fart around with that. But for now, follow, share. Brian, thanks for being here.
Thanks for
Good to
having
see
me. I
you.
appreciate it.
Yep,
Aiden.
and we'd love to have you be a
Pleasure.
regular.
Let me know.
Find out
Sure.
some more topics now that it's winter time. You will have some free time. I know, Aiden, we talked about having you and Jim for a
Annual. A supersized annual.
A
like the old
supersized
comics.
annual.
supersized annual, but on what topic? On the destruction
Star
of the
Wars,
Star
yeah.
Wars universe.
That would be a many part. That'd
Okay,
be an overarching
okay.
storyline of many weeks.
I agree with the destruction of the Star Wars universe, but I'm holding on to hope for Mandalorian and Grogu.
Okay, let's leave that hope. Let's leave that hope at the door. I don't want you to get
You
too
don't-
disappointed.
This is going to be like Escape from LA for you.
No,
It's gonna
you might be right. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're
We'll have you on after that one.
yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, thanks for being here. It's been a pleasure. Good list. Leave us your lists, and we'll see you next time on the Popcast.